And there's a TV there with Family Guy. And I noticed in the high chair here is a little girl. Real estate is full of hard decisions, and I'm going to tell you a story of one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make. So this is Abigail. This is a property we bought a little while ago. And when I came in to check this one unit out, the ADU, this house was full. And it had a little teenage girl living in it who was a mama. And this is where she was living to get away from her family. And this thing was full of stuff. Toys everywhere, bed on the floor. We were living in this. And it was so cluttered, I was having a hard time processing all that was in there. And I noticed there's a high chair here. And I'm walking around, and I walk here, and there's a TV there with Family Guy. And I noticed in the high chair here is a little girl, probably just a little older than Gideon. And her mom has her living in these conditions, watching Family Guy, and she's not moving. And so I'm sitting here with this little girl in a high chair, slumped over, and I didn't even recognize it much because of all the filth. And my heart just stops. She's not moving. She's slumped over on the side. She's not in that high chair properly. She looks like she's about to fall out. And I'm like, oh no, what am I gonna do? And she stirs a little bit. I realize she's okay. And she wakes up, and I go about the house, and I go and I see the other conditions she's living in. There's a bathroom back here that's not even a bathroom. It's just a tub. There's no toilet, there's no sink. I don't even know if there's running water to this place. And this little girl's living in it. So I talk with the owner, and I talk with the teen mom, and we end up deciding we're gonna go and crunch our numbers. And I go, and I'm feeling conflicted, and I don't know what to do. And so I end up leaving, and I go and I talk with Jasmine, and we talk about what we're gonna do, because that's an awful situation. No one should be living in that. You can see there's a little girl's baby bottle right there. Nobody should be living in these conditions. So we decide we're gonna call DCS. DCS may or may not have done anything, but the next morning when we got up and came over, they were gone. House is emptied out. We knew they were planning on leaving, but I don't know what happened. I don't know the girl's name. I don't know what happened to the baby, but they're no longer here. And I don't know if they knew that that's what was gonna happen, is we were gonna end up calling DCS, and they were probably gonna end up losing the baby, but that's a decision I did not want to have to make. And it's one of the harder decisions, because everybody deserves to have children, and everybody deserves to live with their mama. But sometimes we make bad decisions that end up leading us to living in these conditions. You know, when you're a real estate investor, you're going to go into a lot of unhappy homes. You're going to go into a lot of homes that have this kind of stuff living in them. You're going to go into homes that are barely falling over, and you're going to see a kid running around in a sagging diaper. And those are the decisions that are the hardest ones to make, much harder to make than good deal is, what do I do? There are ethical dilemmas, there's moral dilemmas, there's spiritual dilemmas. And those are the decisions that I struggle with the most in real estate. Numbers are easy, hearts are different. Y'all have a blessed day.